There's been many instances of creepypasta over the years. When it comes to Smile Dog, Jeff the Killer, there's been so many elements of horror in media going back to all the way back to 2009, which of course was the origin of the one and only Slenderman. Now, Slenderman took the internet by storm back in the early 2000s with the likes of obviously Marble Hornets, which is where I first came into contact with Slenderman, or the Operator as he's known in that series, and also with obviously Slenderman, the 8 pages. But in the origin of this character, or creepypasta, it came from Victor Surge, which I'm pretty sure was a Reddit user. Now, I was only like 3 or 4 years old back in 2009, so when all this was going down I was still only young, and that's probably why it affected me so much, is because seeing images like these ones absolutely terrified me, to so much so, in my opinion, it was the first iteration of the Uncanny Valley that I experienced. Now, why I consider this Uncanny Valley is because these seem like just normal images, but every single thing about them has something off, and that is because Slenderman is in the background, whether it be the infamous playground one, the forest one, or obviously with the group of kids with Slenderman in the background. There's been so many instances that I've seen them, I've had nightmares over them, so Slenderman definitely had a huge influence on my, experience with horror in the back in the day, and in the early years of my life, so he gave me some awful nightmares. However, in nowadays, you don't hear of this character anymore. He just kind of vanished off the face of the earth. And I'm not gonna lie, the movie in 2018 did not help this case. For me, when it comes to Slenderman, I think that this was by far the biggest missed opportunity or missed potential with a horror character. I mean, the movie was awful. I truly believe just give the executives, whoever made Marble Hornets, give them a movie budget, you have a better Slenderman movie there. I guarantee it. You pile all the episodes of Marble Hornets together, however long it is, I'm pretty sure it's like 4 hours now, but I guarantee you watch that, you are way more entertained than whatever the Slenderman movie gave you. Now, obviously, with this character's history comes a lot of controversy, with the infamous court case that went down, which is obviously a huge detriment to the character in my opinion. However, it is definitely something to say that Slenderman definitely just dipped off the face of the earth. Slenderman originally rose to fame, in my opinion, through the era of which it released. I mean, when it comes to this era that released, you have the early days of Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, of course KSI in his gaming days.
What do you present? What do you got me? Bring it on. I'm ready. I mean, people have been saying this is like the scariest game they've ever seen in their entire life.
My name is Jacksepticeye, and I am playing Slender the Arrival.
You had so many YouTubers here that originated and played Slenderman. I mean, the first iteration of the game that I personally saw was on like Teens React. That's how old Slenderman was for me. And the fact that this game, specifically Slenderman the 8 pages, released back in this time, only increased the popularity for the Slenderman character. Now, Slenderman's creepypasta and origin is definitely a confusing one. To me, I've always never been a huge, knowledgeable person on Slenderman. The only thing I know is the basic things of he's tall, he has the multiple limbs, and of course he is just creepy and has no face. And to me, Slenderman was always one of the most infamous characters, and to me, one of the most creepiest that came out in most recent time. I mean, to me, Slenderman was way more effective than the likes of Jeff the Killer or Smile Dog to me, but ultimately, the characters kind of dipped off the face of the earth and kind of missed all its potential, in my opinion, because obviously with the fame, we were bound to get some sort of, multi-million-dollar company that would come in and go, oh, we'll take that character, we'll make something about him. However, whatever happened with that 2018 movie, I don't even want to talk about it. However, even if you go back a few years, Slenderman was the talk of the town. You had multiple instances of people creating fake internet stories about how they encountered Slenderman. You had multiple people dressing up as Slenderman as, public pranks that were definitely not staged whatsoever. You had so many instances of Slenderman just being all over the internet. However, it is just crazy to think that back then, this was one of the creepiest things that ever released. Everyone was absolutely terrified of Slenderman, and then all of a sudden, everyone just forgot about him. Especially the fact of how disturbing this character actually is. I mean, there's extensive lore on this character. I mean, there's multiple Wikipedia pages, there's multiple, fan Reddits, there's so many subreddits on this character that you will find that just has extensive research on what this character is actually capable of, what could he be capable of. However, You just never really get to see that in a sort of, visual sense, in my opinion, other than Marble Hornets. I think Marble Hornets conveys Slenderman in a really creepy light, in a really cool light, and also an effective one, because realistically, we hadn't got that since then. Now, to me, Slenderman has easily been one of the most missed potential characters, and everyone just forgot about him. I know this was a different video from me. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts in the comments below on what you actually think happened to Slenderman. I mean, this character was so popular, was literally the height of YouTube horror, and all of a sudden dipped off the face of the earth. So let me know what you think happened. Let me know your opinion on Slenderman as well. I personally absolutely love the character. I really love to see a different iteration of the film. However, I think it's just past the point that regardless of how good a film as Slenderman would be, it would still flop at the box office regardless. But thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate everyone sticking around for this different type of video. If you do enjoy, make sure to smash the like button down below. If you like anything to do with horror, hit that subscribe button. We literally have everything to do with horror on this channel, whether it be analog horror reactions, theories on the Walton Falls, so much stuff on this channel. This is the home of horror, so I'd really appreciate if you like anything like that, hit that subscribe button. But thank you all so much for watching. I'll check you in the next one. Of course, stay safe and peace. First shot of this episode, Tammy picks this house.
Oh, what about that one?
Now, if you ask me, that is the worst house you can pick. It has wallpaper on the outside.